Welcome back to another Action Figure Obsession video here on the Avian and Loaded channel. And finally took my tax refund day red Deadpool, which is about 8 or 9 years old, I think, at this point, out of the packaging. And here's the thing. I do think that it has been taken extraordinarily good care of, but I also think that it had been opened before. The package is immaculate, but usually if they're actually new, they come in a plastic bag wrapped around the beautiful red box you see behind Deadpool there. Figure is beautiful, absolutely stunning. I don't see any rips or tears in the cloth parts of his costume. The pleather looks like it's undamaged. There's how he stacks up against a Hasbro Marvel Legends movie Deadpool. So you certainly could have them exist in the same scene or the same universe, size-wise. I won't compare him to the other Deadpool you see on the far right, because that's the same one, just with a different accessory in his hand. So the first thing that I had to do, and I mentioned when I was talking about him in my tax refund haul video, well, the very first thing I had to do when I got him out of the box was really annoying. You see those 3 red grenades there in his harness? The harness was empty, and those grenades were in their place in the little plastic tray. There were... Whoa! Does it count if the only thing that fell over is his accessory? I don't know. Maybe take a drink anyway, just be on the safe side. Oh, a little spoiler for my... what I was going to tell you. And then there's 3 grenades on his left shoulder as well. So what I was going to tell you is you see this little magazine for one of his pistols. So these are his special Deadpool branded weapons. I'm not sure if you can see the Deadpool logo on the handle there, or the grip, if you will. Yep, it's grip. But let me just do this. Of course, now it's not going to do it. The magazines on these pistols do not want to stay in. Not sure why this one isn't falling out now, but it will. So what I did was... Oh boy, I have really screwed the pooch here. Hold on. Stand up straight. Alright. Taking those guns out of his hand. Yeah, it's so wild to me that one of the magazines is now staying in the gun. So what I did... This is definitely the worst video I've ever done production-wise. I think we can agree on that. What I did was, in his holsters on his hips, I have replaced the Deadpool weapons with fairly decent Valverse Action Force weapons that do not have removable magazines. Because, so here's the pistol. Here's the magazine. And you know, Mezco does a real nice job with their magazines. See, they paint the round that's at the top of the magazine. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. A lot of effort gets put into that. They've got some silver dry brushing on the magazine to make it look weathered. And then the magazine goes inside the pistol, right? Just like real life. You can push it in. And this is so, if you're doing toy photography, you can take a picture or a video of him actually, you know, like a stop motion video of him actually loading up his pistol. But, oh, I see this one is going to cooperate. So here it is with the magazine in it. And then there it is with the magazine falling out of it due to gravity. And as we've talked about before, you have to remember that these figures are subject to 12 times the gravity that you and I are, because they're just little 6-inch plastic people. And I don't want to lose... I'm sure this magazine will be fairly easy to get to fall out too. There we go. I don't want to lose these magazines for the... And it looks like the logo is like Deadpool's eye. Yeah, the gun. So the logo on the grip is Deadpool's eye, as you can see. And I apologize for my dry skin, but it is winter here in the Northeast. Um, so I replaced the weapons with similar Valaverse Action Force weapons at each of his hips, because while I would be heartbroken if these beautiful, high-quality 1/12 scale handguns from Valaverse Action Force, I would be heartbroken if I lost them. I wouldn't be as heartbroken as I would be losing, parts of the accessories to this $150 Deadpool, because the grand total for each of those Valaverse guns, even though they are beautiful and have painted silver slides, they probably cost me $1 or $1.50 each. Whereas if we were to amortize the the value of these Deadpool guns, should I ever wish to resell it or whatever, they're probably worth $15 or $20 each if they are complete with their stupid magazines that don't stay in. I'm tempted to super glue them, but since I have weapons that will fit in the holsters, I I think that I might just forget about it. Put them back in the box in their little cubby holes that they live in the box, and just call that a day. So here he is. This is the Mezco 112 Collective Red Deadpool, which I have since the last time we talked about this discovered was the second Deadpool that Mezco released. The first one, and this is sort of the Marvel Now look for Deadpool, although Mezco usually Mezcos it up and they add a lot of detail and filigree and some ornate designs and stuff. So this is a lot nicer than any Marvel Now based Daredevil that you would see from Marvel Legends, for example, or in my opinion, any other toy line. Just see some of the features I can show you without risking any damage. So here's his harness in the back of it with his katanas, which are spectacularly beautiful compared to the crappy swords that Hasbro Marvel Legends usually comes with. These are the correct size. They are painted. The handles are painted, which is nice. Hasbro does paint the little dots usually in the grip, as you see with this one. You'll see the red dots in the grip there on the right. But I do like the extra added touch of the extra texture there in the middle of the blade. This looks like a sword that you could do some damage with, and even though it's made out of plastic, it isn't truly metal. You probably could actually do some damage with it, because Mezco weapons, the swords and the guns and so forth, are much sturdier than what you get from Hasbro, because they don't have to worry. Mezco doesn't have to worry about laws involving children, swallowing small accessories or anything like that. Now, this gave me Mezco flashbacks. This rifle here. And as you can see, it has an incredible amount of detail. Thankfully, it doesn't have any Deadpool branding on it. I don't mind so much the pistols having a little Deadpool reference on them with the little eye logo kind of thing. But, I also, like, for example, this rifle here is a Marvel Legends Deadpool that actually came with the retro comic Deadpool. And I think that sculpt is okay for an AR, but I mean, number one, it's always gummy with Hasbro when they release that particular accessory with any character, and it has come with the Punisher, it has come with the Winter Soldier, it has come with Deadpool and probably 3 or 4 other characters as well. It's a nice sculpt, but it's always gummy, and that red paint, and I realize Deadpool is supposed to be a fun-loving guy, but I vastly prefer my Deadpool and all my other characters to just have regular, realistic-looking accessories like this. Now, the flashback that I had when I took this rifle out, I believe one of the first Mezcos that I ever had was a Punisher that came with this exact same AR. And if you can see at the end of the behind the handle, where the stock begins, right here, just before that part with the double lines there in it, the part where the stock attaches to the back of the the gun itself. I remember that breaking on the first version of this rifle that I had, and I'm pretty sure it was this exact rifle. And I was trying to get it twisted into somebody's hand, and I used a little bit too much force, and it snapped like a breadstick. And my heart is breaking just telling you this story. Look how beautiful this is. It's got, again, the silver... oh, boy. Silver dry brushing on it. I'm still tired from eating my short stay. You know, you got to have some sympathy for me. So it's got some silver dry brushing, scuffed up, marked, to look like it's aged and weathered, and Deadpool has taken this thing around the block a few times. I'm probably going to put this back in the box, too, because I'm looking at that very thin area in the stock there, right in the center of the screen, and I am remembering it snapping like a breadstick, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't want that to happen again. I don't want it to happen to this. I don't want to lose the magazines from his pistols, the magazines that don't want to stay in the pistols. They just fall out. So, and this may be, it may not have been like this when this Deadpool first came out. The stuff might have been a lot more cooperative and a lot better. It could just be that it's aged. The plastic on the AR feels very brittle to me, in the same way that I was talking about yesterday with the Wolf Captain America. It feels like some of the suppleness and the moisture has evaporated out of it over the 8 or 10 years since this thing was manufactured. And the Deadpool itself is absolutely beautiful. There is no sign of any damage or any wear, other than that which is sculpted onto it to make it look like, you know, he's been in battle. Some scuffs on his boots and his shin pads and that sort of thing. But the figure itself is just absolutely stunning. It is an excellent piece to have added to my collection. Like I said yesterday, this was definitely a gift to myself at the price that it cost. And I want to keep it nice, but I also want to display it. So he's going to have the Valaverse weapons in his thigh holsters, and he is not going to be having the pistols or the AR that he came with, because I just don't want to risk losing those magazines, losing those little tiny pistols, or damaging the rifle and having it snap like a breadstick. If I knew how, I'd edit in the sound of a breadstick snapping, by the way. That would be fun, wouldn't it? So anyway, that's just a quick look at the Mezco 112 Collective Red Classic Marvel Now Deadpool. It is a real, genuine action figure work of art. I mean, I love me some Marvel Legends Deadpools, but by comparison, you know, these are $20 figures. This was probably a $100 or $120 figure when it came out. This one has now apparently risen in value to somewhere between $125 and $150 if eBay completed auctions are telling me the truth. So I don't feel too bad about paying $150 for him, and he is in just mint condition, other than those magazines not wanting to stay in the pistols. So these, you know, the Legends Deadpools, those are the ones that I pose, play, and display when I'm fooling around here on the work table and taking pictures. Mezco Deadpool here, he will come out to play once in a while. You'll be seeing him, I'm sure, in some sort of photo setup or whatever, maybe with some of my other Mezcos. But for the most part, he is going to retire in luxury to my Mezco shelf and just look beautiful on that shelf, and occasionally be dusted off, and maybe once in a while have some photographs taken. But very happy to add him, and I believe he is the 14th Mezco figure now in my current collection. I mentioned yesterday that I had at one point had 3 or 4 dozen Mezcos that I traded off or sold. Regret, drink. But I will not be selling off or trading this Mezco 112 Collective Red Deadpool, because he is absolutely fabulous. Thanks for stopping by for this edition of Action Figure Obsession. And if you're not convinced yet that I'm obsessed with this stuff, then I don't know what to tell you. You're not paying attention. If you liked the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you find out when I do the next one. And share the video with anybody you think might be interested with the action figure history and showing stuff off here, do you? And I don't know why I just censored myself there. You know what I was going to say. But I'm trying to keep it clean. This channel is not for kids, and it's marked not for kids, but you never know. There's an awful lot of toys that show up in these videos, and You know, just in case, I try to keep it relatively clean. You know, I don't know why. Why not? Doesn't hurt anybody either way. So anyway, that's it. And thanks again for stopping by, and I will see you on the next action figure obsession video, whenever that happens.